tonight is go over a couple things with you, and then Lydia and I, you probably saw some of our posts. We were at the Super Sunday this weekend, which was hilarious and awesome. So I asked if she wanted to share some of insights about that with you guys, just to kind of give you a little taste of like what live Beachbody was like. And we got I guess we couldn't say we met Carl, the CEO, but we were fangirling Carl. So that was pretty cool. But before that, I wanted to go over just a couple things, and then also just have a time for you guys to ask questions or things that I can. Lydia, do you want to go first, though, and kind of explain what Super Saturday was like? And what that was like?
Yeah. Let me pull out my notes just a second. Yeah, so it was really fun. So it was about 1,000 of us. It was pretty cool. And yoga pants forever. Yeah, no, it was really fun. Like it was mostly sitting down, like just in a big room at the Oregon Convention Center in Portland, and they had a bunch of people come up and talk about their coaching experiences and all of that. And there are quite a few takeaways that both Abby and I were able to kind of take with us home. And I think it was kind of like, I don't know if you've ever been like on a youth retreat with church or anything, but when you come home and you're on such a high and you're just like, I'm ready to do this. So that's kind of like what, how we felt about going home, and actually did a bunch of invites.
Me too.
So just kind of a bunch of things to take away to keep that enthusiasm up. And both Abby and I wrote this one down. It was when I have or focus on a plan B, my plan A suffers. And I thought that was just really cool, just to think about, like, this is what we want to do, so we should, like, spend all of our time, well, not all of our time, but, like, spend our time, like, focusing on this and, like, really working hard to just find our purpose in this and, not give up. And, yeah, and then some more things. They had 3 coaches come up and talk about their experiences and how they got started, and they were actually pretty incredible stories. Yeah. And like one guy, he said that his family was escaping was it Cambodia?
Yeah, I think so.
Abby? Mm-hmm. And his mom was 8 months pregnant with him at the time, and she tripped over a landmine. And one of the other people escaping in their group, like grabbed her and like pushed her out of the way, and he died in her place pretty much. And so, like, the fact that he's even here on Earth is just like a miracle. And so his outlook on life was pretty.
We were all crying.
Yeah, it was.
Just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a lot of ugly crying happened, but in the best way. And then I don't know. There was the second coach that talked. One thing that I thought was just really cool was she said that you can work really hard at this business and you can become like a 15-star diamond coach, but if you've ignored your family at the end of the day, like, what did you really achieve? And I thought that was really cool, just to make sure you're really prioritizing your time. And so that was really cool, because I'm just starting out, and I would like to make it that far in the company. That would be really cool, but I also want to make sure that I'm really keeping in mind how I'm spending my time. And then the third coach that spoke, she suffered from like pretty bad depression, and she said that the company pretty much saved her life just because it gave her something to look forward to. And I don't remember all of the details of her story, but pretty much just the community that surrounded her was pretty powerful. And a lady who was kind of emceeing and asking like the questions, she kind of chimed in at the end and said that she used to be a lifeguard, and when people drown, it's not like they're freaking out and asking for, screaming for help. They kind of just silently slip under the water and silently drown. And so she said that this company, it was like someone like reached it down and like picked her up, and we have this really cool opportunity to help people, and we need to like reach down and help the people that are silently drowning. And that kind of hit home with me just because I've gone through some personal family losses, and I kind of have a taste of what that feels like. And so I don't know, it was just, that one really hit home with me. And so I don't know, there was just a lot of really cool points in the last one that I have my little notes, but the last one that I really liked was they wanted, like, the kind of main thing was find your purpose, like what you want out of life and what you want to do with this opportunity, and then how are you going to pay it forward. And so I don't know, that was just it was just really fun. And then getting to like work out at the live event I've never done anything like that before. I mean, I've done like, physical activity classes in college, but nothing like this. It was really fun, and the energy was, you could reach out and grab it. It was really cool. So I would recommend going to an event like that.
The next one that they're going to do, they do these events every quarter. They call them Super Saturdays, and they happen on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, depending on your region. And there's always one like in some major city. So like the next one in Portland is April 2nd. So like, Melanie, if you want to fly in for it, you can, but there's probably one closer to you. And then like Andrea, if you guys wanted to ever come up to Portland and hang out, make a day of it, make the guys all watch the kids again. They all survived, but it was definitely, I had a lot of the takeaways that Lydia did, and it was really, really motivating for me, because I think obviously everyone wants to feel good about their body, and that's a big piece, but there's so much more to us as people than just the surface appearance. And I know that deep inside, but it was really cool to hear that reiterated from the company and from different coaches and different people from a lot of walks of life, of just like giving an opportunity, like Lydia said, that we have it in our hands to not only help people feel good about themselves physically, but also really open some really amazing doors of transformation, whether that's emotionally or financially, being able to pay that forward of saying, wow, you love this product. Did you know you can make money doing this? Like really helping people. And I think the thing that drove home to me, and I can share the invite that I did in the group page when we're done. It hasn't got a ton of responses yet, so we'll see how it works. But I basically just wrote something like, I've been so inspired this last week, just kind of rediscovering my love of what Beachbody is. And I just feel like it's too good of an opportunity to not let you know about. And so no worries if you don't want to do it, but here's why I love it. And it's more than just a workout thing. It's accountability, it's support, it's encouragement. I think we can never have too much community in our lives. And in this day and age, it's really easy to not have that. So just focusing on those things. Just kind of some nuts and bolts for you guys. If you haven't heard, the brand new Shakeology flavor just got released. Lydia and I got to try it on Sunday, and it tastes like a Frappuccino. So people who like coffee should probably really, really like it. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, so I probably wouldn't order it, but my husband Ben is going to be ordering it. So that's a good one. The sales that are on this month, just so you guys are kind of remembering, are the 21-day fix and the 21-day fix extreme, and then not Body Beast, Hammer and Chisel and the 3-day refresh are all on sale this month. And then they just starting last month, they will let everyone know in the coach breaking news what the sale for the next month is going to be on like the 30th. So we'll be able to see what is coming on sale next month before it actually does. And that's nice because it can give a bit of a talking point for people. Like, hey, this is coming on, or hey, this is leaving. You got 2 more days if you were interested in this to get it for $20 off or whatever. This month also, just some more nuts and bolts for you guys. Success Club points are getting doubled. So I think there's a couple of you, like Andrea, it looks like you had 2 points. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like you have some, so that's awesome. So as you get Success Club points, those do get doubled this month. So if you're kind of even remotely tossing around the idea that it'd be cool to go on the cruise next year, it's a really good way to save up that money for it. And registration for that is the 19th. So you guys have questions on any of that at all? Just kind of more of those nuts and bolts pieces? No, you shouldn't, Lydia. Like, you're there for the whole thing. And I know, Melanie, you're kind of jumping in with both the challenge group and the training, so some of this may be outside of what you're like working on right now, but if you have people that are interested in stuff, it's kind of nice just to know what is going on and all of that. For your guys' challenge groups, Lydia and Andrea, do you feel like that's going well so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Andrea.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's going good.
Awesome.
My computer broke, and so I'm like, it's a little bit like kind of annoying to have to like upload things from my phone.
I know, it's so hard.
It doesn't work very good, but so they had to order a new battery from New York. So anyway, I'm just kind of waiting to get that to kind of do a little bit better.
Yeah. I had to do it for a
Greg.
while, and it stinks. It like everything takes about 10 times longer. It's dumb.
Right.
Good for though. I'm glad you guys have one going. And then Melanie is in our challenge group, and people are super active in that. So that's been fun so far. Like a good group. There's a lot of people, I feel like, Melanie, who are like all struggling with the same things, which is really cool. So
yeah,
awesome. Other things that I wanted to chat with you guys about is kind of like and I don't think you were on this call, Melanie, but more of the goal setting piece of, as you're thinking towards what you're wanting, I would, since it is only the 12th, like it's not even halfway through January, I don't see why there's any reason unless you're like brand new and not actually inviting people, which I know there's a couple people on the team who aren't, that everyone can't hit Success Club 5. I think you guys are totally able to do that, especially with the 21-day fix on sale, especially with just being really intentional about messaging. And I'm going to do a little bit of a pay it forward thing. So I'm going to post about it in our page after this. But over Christmas, in the dream team that I'm a part of, we did a Cash for Christmas contest. And every time we hit $500 total in commission over a certain time period, we would send in this like little sheet to Melanie that was like Cash for Christmas with all our little X's in the boxes. And we got a prize. So I got, Lydia got to see it in action this weekend, this really awkward but also awesome phone case. So it lights up and lets you take the perfect selfie.
It's pretty rad.
It's so dumb, but it is actually really, really helpful. I still feel embarrassed about it, but I use it. So, but that was really, really awesome. So what I'm going to do with you guys is I'm going to do the same thing between now and spring break. So it's actually a much longer window of time than just like the month that we had for Christmas. And so every time you make a sale, you will get commission from it. And so I'm going to upload a little tracker document into our team page. And as you hit $50 in commissions, just check off the box. And when you fill up all those boxes, just take a picture of it and send it in either to me in a message or post it in the page. And I'll get a little prize sent out to you. I'm thinking Amazon gift cards because everyone likes those, but I can keep you informed on that. But that's just some incentive for you guys to be able to have some cash to spend on stuff because you get commission, which is great, but then also to know there's some reward at the end of that for you too, which I think is super helpful. So you can fill out as many of those sheets as you want. So it's not just like, oh, you hit it once and you're done. Like you can just, I did 2 for Melanie's thing, which was awesome. Kind of lit a fire under my butt a little bit to like get prizes because I'm very motivated by incentives. So for me, that was a good one. So that's not to pressure you guys, but just to know there's some bonuses for you doing that. And then I'm also going to be doing a prize for the highest Success Club earner this month. So anyone who hits Success Club 5 or higher is going to get something. And then if you hit 10 or if you hit past 5, like whoever is the highest, I'm going to do something a little extra special. So some incentive for you guys to keep pushing hard. I have the opportunity, the top 10 coaches in the company are doing this special leadership training group. And every coach got to nominate about 15 coaches to put into it. And Melanie selected me, which I feel super excited about. Also, honestly, super intimidated by. But they are going to be going over a lot of leadership training, a lot of really good sales stuff, a lot of stuff that I think is going to hugely benefit our team, because I can really just pass that down to you guys. And being able to work with the top 10 teams in the country is huge. And so I'm super excited about being able to pay it forward. The catch with it is, and this is where you guys come from, and I was telling Ben this earlier, I was like, I don't want this to be pressure on you guys as a team by any means. This is not like pressure on you, but I also think that we do better when we help each other. And so I need to stay at Diamond to be in the group.
Hey, Mama.
That basically means that if you guys can work on, for those of you who are like actually working coaches, can work on getting coaches signed up this month. So Emerald or staying there, that really helps a lot. But it also rank advances me so that I can pour in some more leadership stuff. But I was thinking it'd be kind of cool if we'd make it just like a team effort to stay in this group, and I'll make sure to like pass down exactly what I'm learning to you guys. But also that's part of the reason I really wanted to do some prizes for you guys to reward you for that. And again, if you guys have stuff going on in your life and you're like, this is so much fun, this is like a side gig, I'm not pushing really hard, I'm fine with that, just let me know. But if you're like, no, I really want this, then we can push for that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. One of the things, and I was chatting with Lydia a little bit about this weekend, but Andrea, you'll have to let me know, and then for those of you who are listening to this recorded, you can get in touch with me. But in my team with Melanie, the team that I'm a part of, because she's the #1 coach in the company, she's awesome, and we do all these like mini training groups along the way. And so, can you guys hear me still? Okay, my computer's doing weird things. We do basically like, we have our big team page, so like our team page that we have right now, but then we'll do little breakout groups that are kind of like mini coach challenge groups, where it would be like a push to Emerald. So everyone who's in that group are all coaches that are actively trying to reach Emerald, or a push for Diamond, or going over the 3 vital behaviors. So for 3 weeks, we would always post our invites and what we read in personal development, and just kind of kept each other accountable with it. And so every day when we logged into Facebook, we got just extra support. And I was thinking, I don't know if that would be helpful for you guys, if that's something where you're like, yeah, I'd like to do a little separate group to cover these things. Or if you're like, no, that's not really my deal, or that doesn't sound fun, we don't have to do it. But I wanted to throw that idea out there because I'm more than willing to put that on for you guys. So I don't know if that's something like Melanie or Andrea or Lydia that sounds good to you guys, or if you'd rather do like one-on-one calls, or you're just like, no, I'm fine the way things are. No thoughts?
I mean, maybe not like a daily thing, but maybe like once a week, or once every 2 weeks or something.
Would like a group be helpful where you just see something posted daily, or would that be like too much, do you think? Like, totally honest, this is just like brainstorming, so.
I mean, it might be cool, but I think, yeah, because if certain coaches in our group don't want to do that,
exactly,
and some do, maybe another group would be.
That's what I was thinking, that it would be separate from our team page. It would be like a group that only people who wanted that would be a part of it, was what I was thinking. So then it's not like putting pressure on people who don't want it, or filling up your news feeds if you don't want to see it, kind of thing.
So is it like a motivation type thing to for all of us to like motivate each other to and stuff?
Exactly. So, and I haven't, again, because I'm new, like I have only been in this for 8 months, so I haven't done this before. But basically what I have been a part of is exactly that, Andrea. So it would be like a group that only people who were wanting those certain things would be in. So then all of the posts that Melanie would do as a coach in the team were helping us reach those specific goals. And then we would post in there to kind of keep one another accountable. And that kept the larger team page more just clear for like general questions or announcements, or, hey, this post went really, more just general stuff, as opposed to like, this is a real focused group on whatever topic it is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. I'll throw that out there to make sure that the other 3 girls know about it and kind of see. And if there's like 2 or 3 of you guys that are wanting to do something like that, I'll put a group together. And I think I may try to do something like that at least once a month, that if you guys are wanting to go a little deeper, there will be something there for you to kind of push you forward a little bit.
Awesome.
Andrea, do you understand kind of the whole concept of the discount coach and the challenge pack and all that?
I think so.
Okay. Oh, kind of the benefit of if someone wants to buy a challenge pack for you, of like both of you benefiting from that sale?
Say that again? Sorry.
No worries. The benefit, kind of just making sure that you get the benefit for you and the customer of signing them up as a discount coach. Did that make sense?
Sorry, for some reason I can't really hear you that well.
Oh, no worries. Basically just making sure that you
I'm
fully
watching my hair.
the benefit of signing up a customer, because they would get discounts, but then it also helps you work towards rank advancing so you can get more commission, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So what's the question?
Oh, I just wanted to make sure you knew that. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Got
perfect. I got to the point where I would start, and I still do, like, in every time I do a challenge pack sale where someone wants to get Shakeology and a program, I will always lead with that option. And I uploaded a script in our team page about signing up a discount coach, but I'll always lead in when they get to the point of saying, like, yeah, sign me up, I'd love to buy the program. Then I'll be like, great, you have two choices, and if they cost exactly the same, one is just buying it and the other one is signing up with a discount membership, and that actually will save you money any other purchase that you make. So it's kind of a nice way to lead, and a lot of people are like, oh, I want a discount, and that helps a lot too. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, so it's kind of a nice one because it does help both you and other people, but if you're trying to work towards Emerald to get a little bit more commission, it's a good way to go and kind of start building your business from there. Another announcement that came out, 2 new ones, and I don't know the dates for these, so they're going to be in the spring, and I'm sure the company will release it, but just so you have a heads up, they're doing a brand new workout program called the 22-Minute Hardcore, and it's by the same guy that does P90X, Tony Horton, and it is a 22-minute workout. So it seems doable for a lot of people because that's a really short amount of time, but it's based around military training and boot camp stuff. So if you have any like military type people or ex-military people, that one looks like it's a lot of fun. And I think that's coming out in March or April. And then for Beachbody On Demand, where you can like log in and play stuff streaming, they're going to be doing where you can, people can pay to unlock a program. So for instance, like they could buy Size, that crazy hip hop dance one that all us white girls feel like we're really cool, but we're not. So like you could pay on demand and unlock it and say like, I just want the program. I don't want the DVDs. I don't need the containers. So it will be cheaper, but the cool thing is you will still get commission and I think Success Club points for it. So if you have customers who are like, oh, I really want to try this next, and are just like wanting to get the program alone, that will be a good one to offer them. And I'm sure there'll be more info coming out about that one soon too. So
is that one like a challenge pack kind of deal where they can get Shakeology with that, or probably not?
I kind of think it's going to be standalone the way they were talking about it. But I'm not, I mean, maybe you could, I don't really know. They might have the option of like either or maybe too. It sounded like they would have everything that the program comes with except anything that's hard, like a hard copy. So all of the recipes would be there, but the containers you would have to buy separately because you won't have those. So I don't know about Shakeology.
Okay.
Yeah. Are there things that you guys are getting like pushback on that, you know, if you're talking with people that you want clarification on, either on the sales side of it or just coaching in general or your challenge groups or anything at all that way? Posts? Like that. Has the posting with purpose thing in the team page been helpful?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
Cool. Other thoughts, like Andrea, I don't know if you have anything that you've been wondering about. You just kind of cruise along over there down in Grants Pass. So is there anything that would be helpful?
No, everything's good. I just need to be better at just inviting people.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, inviting I think is absolutely the hardest. And I don't know if you guys have found this. I'll go through waves. Like I'll invite like 30 people at once and just be like, okay, just go and like get it all done. And then I'll like back off. So one thing that I've tried to do that's been really helpful for me is I try to invite a minimum of 3 people every day. So like, and an invite for me, I'll be really honest with you guys, it isn't always an invite. Sometimes it's just like I had a friend from a place I worked years ago, and she just had a baby. And I would love for her to buy a challenge pack, but I also just wanted to see how she was. So I just wanted to start that conversation with her of like, hey, Carrie, it has been forever. Congrats on your baby. Like, what are you guys up to these days? And she responded with like, oh, wow, it's so good to hear from you. What are you up to? And so I'd be like, oh, I'm doing this, and I'm actually a coach, and that's a lot of fun. And just opening that door of communication. So I would say inviting is really important, but also just connecting with people is really good to do. So that way, when you do invite them, it's not like, oh gosh, I haven't talked to this person in 10 years, and the first thing out of her mouth is, buy a workout from me, because that's not what this is about. So I would make that a priority. Reading personal development books, the Compound Effect, all those ones, those are all really, really good. And even posting about that can be some good posts of like, I'm doing personal development, and this was an amazing thing that stood out to me about whatever. That can be some cool posting. But inviting I would definitely do, because what I've noticed is that your invites really come into play. Like it's almost like a 2-week to a month process of like the work that you do. The work that I did in inviting about 3 weeks ago are the people now who are buying stuff. And so it kind of is funny because conversations take a while and people need time to think, or they forgot to check their emails or whatever. And it can kind of take a little bit of a process. So as you are consistent, it's not that you're seeing that payoff today or tomorrow, but those people will be the ones in February who might be interested in getting stuff. So that's why that consistency, it just kind of builds upon it on itself. So if you just make it like a non-negotiable, that helps a lot. I don't know if that helps.
Got it. Yeah.
Can I kind of speak to that,
Yeah,
actually?
Totally.
So I have a friend who who's been a coach for several years, and so it's always kind of been on my radar. But I was thinking about it today, even like I never really asked about it, but I know that if she would have like sent me an invite, I probably would have either been a no or not yet, but eventually probably would have been a yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think because I technically like I was kind of a no. I mean, she didn't like ask me, but because she didn't ask, I was obviously a no, I guess, for several years. And then,
and now she's
so
like, I should have asked. She's a coach.
I know.
I totally agree. There was another coach on my team actually posted an awesome analogy where she was like, your posts that you do every day talking about your challenge groups or whatever, those are like invitations to your kid's birthday party. And you're posting about like the cool cake you got and all the fun games you're going to play and like all the cool stuff. But you never actually invited anyone, or it was so general they didn't realize it was for them. So the posts are like the cool description. And then when you personally invite someone, that is like their invitation in the mail to all the cool stuff they've been hearing about. And I thought that was a really cool way of thinking about it. And also of like having in the back of your mind how you're phrasing those invites. Because I had a girl in November, I messaged her and she like responded in like 2 minutes and was like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to do this. And I was like, in my mind was like, why didn't you ever just click like, yeah, I'm interested on the post that I said post, yeah, I'm interested. Like, to me it seemed like a no-brainer, but for whatever reason, she didn't click that it was something that she could do, and was so happy that I invited her. Like she felt special. So I thought that was a really cool way of thinking about it, of like the birthday party and then the invite. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Andrea, your girl's birthday party was so cute.
Oh, thanks. It was fun.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe that, because I think it's, and for Melanie, since you're just brand new starting, it's more about kind of creating, or not creating because it's real, but like sharing the cool things that are going on in your life. And people want to be a part of happy, fun, amazing things. And so showing that so that when you invite someone, they're like, oh, I can see the difference that it's making in Lydia's life or Abby's life. Like I want that. I want to be a part of that. And being able to really pitch the value because I do think it's more than just like 5 pounds. Like there has to be more to that than just that. I don't know. That helps. So hi Vivian. Awesome. Is there anything else that would be helpful for you guys? No?
Can't think of anything right now.
Okay. The meeting's going to end in a couple minutes because it kicks you out after an hour unless you want to pay, and I don't want to pay. One thing, I did tell this to Lydia because, again, she was here this weekend, but I picked a team name, and if you guys all hate it, then I don't have to do it. My husband's vote was the Pooper Scoopers, or not a dumbbell. I was like, those are silly. But eventually they like to have you have a team name just because it kind of sets you apart. And as you grow with coaches, it's nice to have kind of your own identity. And so one of my very favorite songs in the whole world is the hymn called Faithfulness. And I was looking, I was actually doing some devotions the other day, and it popped up on the page I was reading. And one of the lines that I absolutely love and has been a huge encouragement in my life in this kind of super crazy season of like being a working mom and feeling like I don't do anything 100% and just feel honestly like I'm burning the candle at both ends. And they're all things that I like to do and I have to do. But one of the lines in the song is strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. And it just like jumped out on the page at me. It's like, oh my gosh, that is what this opportunity has been for me. It's been about strength for today. I mean, obviously like physical, like I can do a minute of push-ups on my toes now, guys. Like that's a big deal. So physically being stronger, but also the emotional side and the spiritual side and the relationship side, and that bright hope of, there's a good future and there's things that we have been given and gifted and paying it forward. So I wanted our team name, unless you guys all hate it, and you can say that, I've got a thick skin, but to be Bright Hope, because I think that's really happy and exciting. So that's all I had to say about that. And if you hate it, you can tell me. Okay. I thought it was better than the Pooper Scoopers. So.
I think anything's better than that. Sorry, Ben.
I know. Sorry, Ben. He's got great taste in other things, but not that. Cool. Thank you for taking time tonight. I'm going to post in our team page about the print off for the commissions and all of those things. And if there's other things that you guys want, just personally message me or text me or whatever. And I would just say, like, let's finish the month strong. You guys have almost 3 weeks till the end, and I think you can totally get to Success Club 5. I think there's some really cool potential here, so let me know how I can be helping along the way. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Thumbs up? Cool. Any last thoughts? No? Yes? Melanie, thank you for staying up late. I know it's late your time.
Sorry, that workout in my game killed me today. So I'm like,
no, I went doubles. That's tough. So awesome. Well, thank you guys. It was nice chatting with you tonight, and we'll just schedule something, and I'll post in our team page about those smaller focus groups. And I think I'll just post a topic, and if you want in, just comment like sign me up, and I'll just make a separate group and put you in it. And if you don't want to be a part of it, that's totally fine. Like there is zero pressure. I just want to make sure for those of you who want a little bit more investment and push that you have opportunities for that. So awesome.
Cool beans.
Have a great night, guys.
You
Okay,
too.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.